Yeah, it's obviously very disappointing to be out of the playoffs now. But as we are at Rajasthan, we are very proud of our performances, and unfortunately we haven't been able to perform, especially in the last couple of games going into the playoffs. But we'll be giving it absolutely everything over the next couple of games to be able to show some pride for our fans. It's been very disappointing to be able to play the way we have, especially at home the last couple of games, because we are so thankful and appreciative of our fans, because they have stuck through us through some pretty tough times. So it's been disappointing to be able to perform the way we have at home over the last couple of games.
What happened when you in Bangladesh you have performed very well, but here you have not. You are playing for the last 4 years, and when you came here first time, you were not in the Australian development team. Now you are the vice captain of there. Here in IPL, what happened?
I've been racking my brain to try to find out exactly what's been going on. Coming to the IPL, I was very excited about the place I was in with my game after batting the way I did against Bangladesh. But 2020 cricket can be quite fickle at times, and unfortunately, I just haven't been able to get going. Even when I feel I get going, I've played a shot to get out and not really been able to get one of those big scores. So, look, I've been extremely disappointed in the way I performed throughout this IPL. And I'm very. I set very high standards for myself, always have, and throughout this IPL I've been very disappointed the way I've performed. I've been preparing the same way I've had throughout the last couple of years especially, and it has been working, but unfortunately through this tournament it hasn't, so I've been very disappointed.
Shane Warne is leaving your team. What do you think? Who will replace him?
Shane Warne?
Yeah.
Look, it's going to be very difficult to replace the great man Shane Warne. I suppose it's going to provide a different feel around our group next year. It's going to be a very different team dynamic, not having Shane Warne with us next year. Obviously, I've spent 4 years here with Warnie, so it's going to be very different next year. But we have got the nucleus of a very good team. We've got some extremely good young Indian players. Especially Jinko Rihane, we've seen over the last couple of games, especially how well he can bat, and I've seen him, in a tour match against Australia in September, October last year, bat unbelievably well. So he's one that I've got my eye out for. He's a very talented young guy. And obviously, having Rahul Dravid as well is for me been a very special, actually, time in my life and my career actually, to be able to spend a lot of time with Rahul Dravid, seeing him from afar and watching his amazing career pan out the way it has been amazing and a big learning experience for me. So, do you want me to stop now? But no, I think in general it's going to be a different feel next year. But we have got the players to be able to perform the way we know we can.
Take your take over the race from Kane.
I'm not exactly sure. There's a couple of guys in the team who potentially could be captain. I'd obviously love to be able to captain Rajasthan. There's no doubt about that. I always absolutely love my time playing here for Rajasthan. We have got from year one, we have got a very proud heritage, and we've actually we've been through some pretty hard times, being kicked out after last year. So, and I think I'm very excited about the younger Indian guys we've got as well. So, of course, I'd love to have that opportunity to be able to continue my development as a cricketer and as as a leader as well. But we'll just have to wait and see what happens next year.
Don't you think that the team management is overall the present performance not being very satisfactory? The team management is going to go for an overall IPL fight.
Sorry, I don't understand. Sorry?
In the next IPL, do
Yep.
you think Rajasthan Royals is going for an overall? Overall as a
Overall.
team?
Sorry. Well, I think there's going to be some changes anyway, because obviously the great man Shane Warne not being around and not being captain coach, that's definitely going to change things significantly. So I think there will be an overhaul just in that regard, and how we're going to be able to replace Shane Warne as a captain and obviously as a player and as a coach. So that potentially is going to change the team quite a bit already. So, look, I don't think there needs to be an overhaul in regards to our whole team. I think it's just continuing to find the perfect balance for our side. Like, it has been disappointing, I think, that and unfortunately Shaun Tait hasn't been able to play. I think, you know, having one of the fastest bowlers in the world and not been able to fit him into our team, unfortunately, has meant that we just don't have the probably the real firepower with the ball anyway, to be able to really get through some of the, you know, really good top orders that are there. So, you know, we'll have Shaun Tait next year probably fitting into where, you know, to where Warnie's been playing, and I think that'll provide a little bit more balance as well, and also some serious firepower. Someone bowling over 150 kilometres is quite daunting.
How for you were dented, your confidence was dented with the pitch controversy and you lost the home advantage. How do you see this match going that way?
Oh, look, I think it's had absolutely nothing to do with our performance. It's obviously been disappointing, you know, from afar to see what's happened with the pitch, but in the end, you know, we have to be good enough to be able to play against the, you know, the best and the better sides in the competition on whichever wicket we're provided. And as I said, it's been really disappointing for us to play the way we have over the last couple of games, especially when we know that the you know, the competition and making the playoffs has been riding on these last couple of games especially, and you know, it hasn't had any significant impact, you know, within the group, because in the end we just know that we've had to play very well, and unfortunately we just haven't been exactly up to the mark.